Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from Jack Morgan. The car market is a joke. It's not just affecting women, it's affecting everybody. Please extra them below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow time. I wanted to give a shout out to Jack. Very wonderful guy, very based, on most of his views. Me and him get along pretty well. And I did a collab with him last year, and he's coming down to LA in September, and we're going to do a collab for my show and a collab for his show. So look forward to that, and let's get to the show.
Looks pissed.
How you got a brand new car?
Oh, this guy looks pissed.
How you got a brand new car and you don't even have 10 bands in your bank account?
And then a lot of these
Loser. All right, guys, we're in Texas. Buckle up, baby. Get your cowboy hats on. Take a hit. I'm just kidding. All right, so look, we're talking about cars again. I love it, okay? I'm a car guy. You're a car guy. We're all car guys, right?
When I was younger.
This is going to be fun. But I think the car market's never really going to ever be the same. And we're going to dig deep today. Oh, we're going to dig real deep.
I'm actually in the market for a car now. I want to get an electric car. The only reason I'm getting it, because I can use it as a tax write-off for my YouTube. And used electric cars are just super cheap right now. You can get a really nice electric car for very, very little money, or even half of what its original price is for like a year or two. So it's not too bad.
This first one's from Car Questions Answered, and apparently the economy is collapsing and the car market is shit. So that's fun. Let's let them go.
dealers don't understand why these vehicles aren't selling.
And if you're buying one of these, you might as well go ahead and take a 30-year fixed out on it, because you know what? You might have to live in it.
That's funny.
He's not joking.
He's not.
Hold on, let him finish. I thought this was funny, though. Usually I read your guys' comments in this, but this one was awesome. $126,000 for a new Lincoln Navigator. I paid $129,000 for a brand new house in 2017.
My man.
Does anybody...
I wish houses were that cheap in California. I really love California, as in the weather, the location, the beaches. It's wonderful here. But taxes suck and homes suck. Homes are here like 100 years old, and I'm still paying what, 1.2 million for a 100 years old house that has no updates to it? It's pretty ridiculous.
Anybody in here understand what is going on? Because I don't. Anyways, hold on, we're going somewhere with this. So, here we go. This is a comment from one of you guys from previous video we did. It goes, the car manufacturers make more money from their finance department.
That I agree.
Than the actual profit from the sale of the vehicle itself.
That I do.
That's the world we live in today. Holy shit.
So I can tell you guys my plan. I actually plan on getting a new car. It's going to be used. I plan on financing it, but I have the money to buy it outright. So I'm just going to finance it and pay it off in 6 months. I'll take a little bit of hit on interest for 6 months, but that's okay. I'll take a 6-month interest just to boost my credit a little bit. And to tell you the truth, most dealers aren't going to sell you the car if you want to just pay cash majority of the time, not at the price that they want to, that I want to buy it at. So I'll fudge with them and say, you know what? I'll take the financing. Give me whatever percentage you want. I'm just going to pay it off in a few months anyways.
This guy goes, I'm going to pay $900. If I'm going to pay $900 a month for anything, it needs to at least have one bathroom. I agree with that statement. We're going somewhere with this. Just hold on.
It's just funny because the car market is what it is. But in different states, the car market doesn't change like houses do. Housing changes depending on the location in the city and the state. The cars don't change in price, even if you live in a state like it pays you less and has lower living costs. You're still paying the same amount for that car as a person that lives in LA. That's the shitty thing.
Bro, the car dealerships today.
And here's the crazy part. This is what I mean by it's never going to go back to normal. You would think like if you can't sell anything, lower the prices.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to let this gentleman talk, and then this is going to make some sense.
They are fucking trash, bro. They trash. I'm at this car dealership. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. This is where I am. Full ass car lot. They can't even make space to park nothing else because every stall is full with something. Not only are the cars full, ain't nobody pulling up to come and check out nothing, right? So I come up in there, I see something I like, we test drive it. I'm like, all right, cool. We can do the deal if the numbers make sense for me for something that I would want to pay monthly.
Agreed.
Bro runs the numbers. He like, yo, it's X amount a month. I'm like, not something I want to pay. I'm trying to see if he can adjust the price of the vehicle because I'm already here. You know what I'm saying? I'm already here. Y'all not selling nothing. The car been here over a month. I could take it off your hands right now. Let's make it make sense. Bro, like, all our prices are firm. Dog, y'all not selling nothing. The lot is empty. You don't got no customers. The car's been here over a month. You finna let money walk out the door right now because you don't want to adjust your...
And why the inventory...
Okay. Quick interruption for all my regular viewers. Usually I do a live stream call-in show every Sunday night. This Sunday will be canceled.
No.
I'm in Texas. I'm gonna have a little sex. Anyways, back to the viewing. So
Enjoy,
yes,
my
remember
brother.
what that comment said? They make more money off the financing? Yeah. So basically, for every one car that they sell, not for cash, obviously, because nobody has fucking cash anymore. No offense.
And again, they won't even sell it to you cash. I've actually attempted to go to a few dealerships now. I'm like, hey, can I just pay this car cash at this price? They're like, no, this is the finance price. Fuck you.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm not going to go spend 50 grand on an SUV. Like, that makes no sense. I'm sorry. And I have $50,000. I would never. Just saying. Maybe if I had $1 million in the bank, yeah, no problem. 50 grand.
50 grand. I would, maybe if I had $500,000, 10% for a nice little car.
Whatever. I'll be pooping money out of my ass. All good. But here's the thing. For every one car they sell and they finance, that's like selling 3 cars.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like a lease. How many people have leases and they have to turn it back in? So they lease out a car. When they return the car, they go ahead and resell that car again.
Yep.
So it's like they sold the car twice.
Pretty much.
3 times.
You know, some leases I've seen are like $700, $800 leases. Why the fuck are you paying that much and you're not going to own the car at the end? Why are you renting the car at such a ridiculous price of $900 a month or so? Like, I've never understood leasing personally, other than you want new vehicles every time. Maybe if I had newborns and I can afford it, I'll lease the car so my wife will be driving a new car in a few years, so just safety issues. But other than that, I can't think of any other reason why to lease other than like tax purposes for businesses.
I know. This is going somewhere.
constantly builds, it's because of this. What we're looking at here is a Compass Altitude 4x4, and this is listed at $48,710. These prices are crushing the average buyer.
And I want to look at some of these Super Duty trucks.
A Compass Altitude. What in the shit is that?
I don't even
know.
know.
Would never.
Is that a Jeep?
How many suckers out there just driving around some Compass Altitude? No offense. But just come on, say it out loud. Go ahead, say it.
Compass Altitude.
Oh, wait. Here, let me do it. Hey, honey, I just got a new Compass Altitude for $50,000.
Jeez. Yeah, my smile went out of the way.
All right, let's get reasonable here. This is where shit gets really twisted, all right? This is Sam Hyde. If you don't know who he is, he's super unhinged. I like the guy. No bullshit kind of cat.
Like you should not spend more than like 10. Like even saying this is totally irresponsible. You shouldn't spend more than 10% of your net worth on a car.
Yeah.
Imagine spending 10% of your net worth.
That's why I said 500,000 at 50,000. That's somewhat 10% of my net worth.
Worth on a car. Why would you do that? Why would you give up 10% of everything that you have in exchange for something that's like offers a moderate degree of like utility?
Fact that
10% of your money. I want you to think about that. And that guy makes bread. That guy's got more money than everybody in this room.
True.
Okay? And he wouldn't even do that shit. Okay? So think about that. What's 10% of $50,000?
5,000.
That's what you shouldn't even be spending that on a car. That's the funniest part.
Yeah, it's just like the comment said earlier. People are buying new cars when they don't even have like a few $100s in their bank account. Like, come on, people.
I know. And I'm not saying you shouldn't go buy a $5,000 car. We're going to get there. I actually think you should. while they still exist. We'll get there. All right, switch gears a little bit. Car insurance. It's the classic, but this has to do with the $50,000 compass altitude.
Oh, okay.
This will make sense.
Car insurance is so expensive anyways. Like, what do you mean you're charging me $400 a month for a what if?
You know what, guys? I used to pay 120 something last year. Now my fucking bill is 200 a month. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like $80 a month increase. I didn't get into any accidents or anything. Fucking insurance companies, man.
For a hypothetical. You must be out your goddamn... I don't get it. Health insurance is a whole nother thing, but the car insurance shit I don't get.
Car insurance is crazy, and it's going to continue to get even more crazy. But if you have no car insurance and you total someone's car and you injure the other person, you could literally have $300,000 or $400,000 that you could be owing and having to pay back for the rest of your life over paying the $300 or $400, even though none of us want to pay the $300 or $400. But you have to understand what you're getting and why you're doing it. And the alternative, the $400 is a better option.
Okay. So, yeah, what that guy said is kind of true. But for the most part, the only reason we're paying astronomical prices is because, one, we don't own the car, right? Because you had to finance it. Not you, but, you know, the person next to you. And two, your car's worth $50,000 that you don't have. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, your insurance is going to be huge. Your car is worth $50,000, according to these people who sold you the car. But if you go get a $7,000 car and you go get some bullshit insurance that's not full coverage and you go with some odd insurance company like Ocean Harbor, which is what I have, even a classic car insurance, I pay $1,000 a year for a 1997 Cadillac Eldorado.
Yeah, that's still pretty pricey. $1,000 a year?
In Florida. $1,000 for the year. Now imagine if that was a $100,000 Escalade. Anybody in here?
So I just told you guys I pay what, $2,400 because I'm paying $200 a month. $2,400 a year for my basic SUV, which is just an RDX. Nothing fancy, base model, paid off. $200 a month.
So there is a way around it, but unfortunately, you know, you don't own your car and it's worth more than your house that you don't own. So that's classic. All right, this one goes, nice cars shouldn't impress people anymore. They really don't. They don't impress me at all. Like the commenter said, 50% of Americans don't even have $1,000 to cover an emergency, but yet they're out here driving a luxury SUV.
Yep.
Holy shit. This one's from Tina Leader, which I think this is all going to come back around. But here's the problem. You're going to have to buy a beater sooner than later. You don't have to, but I think it's smart. She goes, there's a certain kind of freedom driving a beater car and not giving a crap about it. Like the man said, higher end, higher maintenance car. Higher insurance, higher maintenance, car payment. No one could afford it anymore anyways. But here's where we're going somewhere with this. Just pay attention. Get your fucking notebooks out, your pencils, and take notes here, okay? Is this piece of shit playing or not? What the fuck's going on? Sorry for my language.
You average commuter car drivers, you SUV buyers, sedan buyers, get it. Guys buying fucking Civics for 21 grand? You fucking asshole. You can buy an 08 Civic for like 4,100 if you look around. Go buy that. Go buy an 05 Acura TSX for like 5,100.
He actually isn't wrong. I used to have, my first car was an '06 TSX. I love that car.
Okay, so here's the problem with that is I agree with the guy. We're going to look up some cars in a second here. But this one's from 3 of 7 Project. I like this guy. But in this video, I'll leave a link down below. He says, why don't they just make these cars again? They're so simple and reliable. That's the problem. They're simple and reliable. And they can't sell you a new one in 5 years.
And remember, technology now, they're starting to like charge you subscriptions to just access your Apple Play. They're going to charge you subscriptions to like, you know, access your remote access to your car and shit. That's what I'm starting to see. And because the vehicle is so technology based, they can do all that. Where the old car, they sold it to you, it's going to run no matter what because it's all mechanical.
That's the issue. Not to mention getting parts. No one's making parts anymore.
No,
We don't even
not in
manufacture cars in
California.
America
I mean, not
anymore.
in the United States.
But they're selling cars like we manufacture them here. That's the funniest part. Well, let's check this out for a second. This is what I mean why you should probably get a beater now versus later. So here's some Civics. Check this out. We got some decent prices. This one right here, $6,000. I'm in Austin, Texas right now, so I was looking local. But check this out. It's $6,000 for a 2012 Civic
It looks clean.
with 160,000 miles on it. They're
That is a lot of
smoking
miles,
crack.
but it's a Honda.
Okay? But here's where I'm going with this. Check this out. All right? We're going to see some really ridiculous stuff on Craigslist here. Here's the problem, right? We're going somewhere with this. Eventually, the more expensive cars keep getting, anybody out there who has a few beaters on hand, like I got a couple of old schools on hand that I got for pretty cheap, eventually those are going to be worth even more money.
I agree with this.
See what I'm saying? Like, I think it's going to go down for the short term, but eventually I feel like shit's just going to be like used car prices. Like, used cars will be worth so much because no one can afford the new cars.
I think it's more that people are going to start realizing, like what this headline looks like says, yeah, the companies and the manufacturers plus the dealers can literally lock you out of your car because it's so technology based. They can literally just hit a button. Now you don't have access to majority of your functions anymore. That's fucked up shit. So once people start realizing that, they're going to go back to the analog type cars, the ICE cars, the mechanical cars, where there isn't any technology. The radio is still a basic radio that uses radio waves. You can't turn that car off from remotely unless you installed something in there. Where most cars nowadays, especially like the electric cars and stuff, they can just literally repo that car whenever they want because some of them have auto drive features in them.
If that makes any sense. And here's another problem with the new cars. This mechanic here, he goes, it's officially happened. Mechanic says he can't work on your car because they've been officially locked out by computer systems. Now, he also says in this video that usually it's not an issue.
Not there.
But the more computer shit we have going on in these cars, one, they could just turn your car off if you don't make the payment. So that's
We're going to need some hackers. We're going to need some hacker mechanics coming up soon.
fun. Good luck with that. I'm going to let this guy talk about it too. But two, these computer systems have been put in place since like the late 90s. So it's nothing new. It's just gotten more advanced and it's going to be harder and harder to fix your own car and more expensive to fix your car. I'll let this guy talk and then we're going to brainstorm on what we're going to do about it, which is probably nothing.
Nothing.
No, it's not. No dipstick. No transmission dipstick either, but no engine oil dipstick. We've now moved past that. Remember transmission fluid? We had a dipstick. Got rid of that. Now we're getting rid of the engine dipstick because we have sensors. Like BMW engines, we have sensors that tell you how good the oil is, when you need to change it, what's life left in it. They analyze the...
All right, so
They've removed all the mechanical parts and made everything digital.
check this out. More money, more problems, right? You heard what he just said, like BMWs. Have you ever owned a BMW?
No.
They're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
No offense. They just are. I've had one. Awful.
I've had a Benz.
Expensive as all hell to fix them. And there's so many sensors and computers in there.
Same with the Benz.
There's more problems.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're more expensive cars. More money, more problems, right? So the more expensive something you get, the more high tech it is, the more bells and whistles, the more problems you're going to have. And the more money it's going to cost to fix it. There's a sensor for everything. You can't even check your own fucking oil anymore without a sensor. Okay, so that's what I mean by these cars are going to get more and more valuable.
And the fucked up shit, the sensor fucks up. Now you can't even check your oil. You have to go fix the sensor. You can't even just pull your dipstick and be like, oh, I'm low on oil.
Simpler the car, the more it's going to be worth, in my opinion. I could be totally wrong. I could be tripping out of my mind.
I agree
Is this
with
thing
that.
playing or not? What a piece of shit. Check this out, though. I want you to pay attention to this. This is going to happen more and more right here. All right, where is it at? Not this Toyota Camry. Get ready for it. Where is it? But look at this piece of shit. $12,000 for this little piece of crap. It's
Wait, that's 12,000. Kelly Blue Book says on my car, which is a 2017 RDX, is only $12,000. Am I getting ripped off? The fuck? Kelly Blue Book's lying to me.
probably super reliable though. See what I mean? Like, hold on. This one though, $2,500 down. Look at this bullshit. Get ready for this. 2016, $2,500 down. Look at this.
$500 a month, $560 for a used 8-year-old Civic with 100,000 miles on it. What? This is about the same miles as my car. My car has 105. I mean, it is a 6-cylinder, so it does eat more gas than a regular Civic. I'm tripping out.
Check this out. $560 a month after that.
What?
So for 103,000 miles. So basically this dude is just selling you his car payment. That's where we're at now. Yeah. And he can't think about that. He doesn't even have the title to this car. But he's going to transfer his loan to you for a fucking Honda.
Oh. That's what
I'm telling you, man. I think the sooner you get, I'd even just have 2 old cars or like an old car on deck with a new car, honestly. Because these older cars, this isn't even that old. I just can't believe this is even happening. But this is a real thing. But I truly believe that now is probably the time, the next year or two, is now the time, dude. Because these cars are only going to get more expensive. Like $6,500 for a 2007 Honda Civic sounds astronomical.
It is.
But I wouldn't doubt if this goes, look, for 135,000 miles. What a fucking joke. But I wouldn't doubt if that's going to be 10K in the next 2 to 3 years. Like, I don't know. Tell me if I'm bugging out, man. You just...
I don't think you're bugging out, but I don't think it's going to hit 10K. It is going to go up in price. I do agree with that, though.
Maybe I'm tripping. Oh, this one was funny. Return of the Beaters sounds like a porn spoof of Star Wars. That was funny. I just had to, say that. But this one goes, a lot of dealers don't want your cash because they make more money selling you a loan.
Yep.
Holy fucking shit. This one goes, cash is king. Well, they're trying to get rid of cash, so off with his head, right?
Mm-hmm.
The king is dead. This guy goes, I drive a 1995 Camry, and I love it. It's in good condition, 357,000 miles on it.
My man.
Now, imagine trying to get 357,000 miles with one of these new cars with all these sensors and shit.
You'll
I
be
don't
paying.
know. I don't even know if that's going to be possible, honestly. And they're all pieces of garbage. So, in conclusion here, you should probably go buy an old car while you can. Early 2000s, 90s. I think if you go back to the 80s, that might be a bit too far. Tell me if I'm tripping, any of you real car guys. I do have a 1985 Cadillac, but you almost got to do a full-blown rebuild on the engine on those things. But I do have a car from the 90s, and my next car, honestly, I'm probably just going to get something from the earlier 2000s, because I feel like that's kind of the last of the Mohicans. I feel like anything past 2010 is just more money, more problems. More bells and whistles, more problems. I could be totally wrong. I'm just a guy on a couch in some chick's house in Texas talking shit on the internet.
Hey, enjoying his time, boys.
Hell of a talk, guys.
Enjoying
Check out my
his
second
time.
channel. I appreciate everybody that's going over there. We do a little more short talks, a little more rants, not so clip oriented. Shout out to all my Patreon members.
Shout out to Jack. Yeah, the car market is so fucked. I'm in the market for a new car, but used car. I'm never gonna buy a brand new car ever again. It's just not worth it, guys. And the only reason I am is because electric cars have gone down over 50%, 60% in price. I can buy one and use a tax write-off, save like $5,000 in taxes, or not pay $5,000 to $10,000 and then just put it towards a car instead, and I'll pay a little bit extra for the car. So either way, it's a little bit of a win-win for me. Please extra them below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time.